Good evening, beautiful people. My name is Liam. The time is 1800 hours Greenwich Mean Time. I am presenting a live poetry reading of as yet unpublished poetry that I have written in the last few months. I am doing this presentation from a beautiful little town in northern Germany called Eckernförde. So if you want to Google it, you'll see it's located on the Baltic Sea. We have high summer. It's absolutely beautiful weather. And after a break of 2.5 months, I am returning to my regular poetry presentation, my regular bi-weekly poetry presentation. Good evening, Carol. Lots of healing. Yeah, it's been a tough couple of months, but I'm feeling better, so much better. I have one more therapy in front of me and then it will be done. And I'm here this evening because of you. I am here this evening because you, wonderful listener, have something in your own being, in your heart and in your soul, which resonates with the beauty of the spoken and the written word. And I'm here to share this beauty, and I'm here to share the wonder and the magic of what words can actually create in our own being. To really draw out the depth, the fine nuances of what language can share with you, we do something called divergent focus. Divergent focus. We know focus means concentrating your prefrontal cortex. Normally you frowning. Divergent focus is different. You sit back, you cut off the distractions around you. You make yourself comfortable. And you take a deep pause with intent. Divergent focus is taking a pause in your busy life, but with intent. The intent to listen deeply, the intent to listen clearly, and in the openness of actually just receiving what it is you hear. Allow the images, allow the music, the rhythm of these words, of this poetry, to flood in, and watch what it does with your own feelings and your own intentions. As I said before, I'm here because of you, and it's because of you and what you love and what you enjoy. You are here. So here we meet on common ground. For those who are participating and I'm unable to see, I can see Beatrice has just joined the show. Michael, you obviously have no what's it called, load shedding in South Africa, which is great. Yeah, lovely that you could make it this evening. In these last months where I haven't been here, 2 sentences about my situation. Yes, it has been, it's been very, very hard going. It's been very tough. I haven't had the strength to do this, but I'm feeling great at the moment. I've got one therapy left, and then I'm on the other side. I'm feeling good, and I've got great stuff that I'd love to share with you this evening. So listen up, make your comments. It's so difficult giving a monologue. It's so much easier to be in an audience and to share and to listen to people's response. But you can in a diluted way. Everyone who's listening has a comment bar. Please comment. After I've read new work, I've actually just finished a poem this evening, shortly before. When I finished reading my poetry, then it's your turn. I've got my 3 absolutely beautiful books here. As you can see, as hardcovers, you can buy these books on Amazon at the moment, filled with inspiring work. I always use this forum for you to remind you that this work is there, and a 4th volume is on its way. To share with friends, to share with family, to read for yourself. And with no further ado, let's dive in. I'm starting with a poem called A Simple Grain of Sand. And I'm sure everyone listening knows William Blake. What an inspiration. To see the world in a grain of sand, heaven in a wild flower, to hold infinity in the palm of your hand, eternity in an hour. And after reading and listening to these words for years, they've resonated. This poem arose, and it's called A Simple Grain of Sand. So, we take a pause with intent. Use your divergent focus. Close your eyes and listen up. A simple grain of sand. With determined chin, I fix my gaze and march forward to meet this day. My sight is set, the magnitude, the entire grasp of which has freed my mind. So climb until you reach the pinnacle of your space. Stand and bare your chest, arms outstretched to reach the rising sun. Speak in tongues of times to come, of things you have seen, of deeds undone. Let's take the moment, its potential captured in a grain of sand. Upon the pinnacle where I stand, throw it out for the world to grab with catching hand. Will we comprehend the magnificence of who we are? Will we recognize the true magnitude of the good? We are not captives in this universal world of stars and planets, of meteorites and black cosmic holes. We are its creators. Emergent from this shining dust, we have transmutated from that hot cosmic flash, and towards its source we will return in the course of living time, to find the source, to find the seed, to find the meaning this life gives to me. Yet we are many, and with this more, we could unite. With one gaze, with one vivid insight, transform or even create a future good and fair and strong. place for joy and love and care, eradicate the wrong. Upon the pinnacle, you stand alone. In rays of light you meet the future home, arms outstretched to left, to right, reaching those who've made the moment too. The time is right. Let the vision of the future call to all. Unite. Yeah, I love this line where it says, we are not captives in this universal world of stars and planets, of meteorites and cosmic dark holes. We are its creators. There's so much truth in that. In our humanity, what we express and what we discover in the journeys that we all lead through our lives, it's always a process of understanding the more, the why, the where, the what for. This next poem is the one which I finished this evening. It like just flashed. It's a love poem. It's love in its most beautiful form. It's a love between two people, whoever they may be. And it talks about, it shares the invisible mechanisms of what connects us, what draws us, what pulls us and touches us as we meet as human beings with those that we love. And it's called touch. As we first touch, it turns out the thoughts, your mindfulness is an embrace. My hands run through airy space. Your invisibility fills me with a caress. Yet lips I learn to know address the fascination of these features fine, the curve, the flow of beauty around your cheek. Hips I seek to understand. A cascade in gold tumbles across this sky. The blue in heaven sparkles from within your inner eye. I know you not why, yet you have entered my blood, melting fresh as a mountain stream. This moment of recognition is meant to define me too. The eternity of who, this infinity of you. So a poem of how we invisibly touch one another. Your mind, we touch, but it turns out the thoughts, your mindfulness is an embrace. My hands run through airy space. Your invisibility fills me with a caress. Yet lips I yearn to know address the fascination of your features fine, the curve, the flow of beauty around your cheek. Hips I seek to understand. A cascade of gold tumbles across this sky. The blue in heaven sparkles from within your inner eye. I know you not or why, yet you have entered my blood, melting fresh like a mountain stream. This moment of recognition is meant to define me too, the eternity of who, the infinity of you. So it's a miracle how love penetrates. There we see that, we are not just physical human beings, but we are actually highly energetic beings. And as we move into one another's space, that in itself is a process of resonation, of touching, and of experiencing these fine, sensitive vibrations as they arise, as they move within us, to experience it, and through the poetry, to find ways of expressing it. Yeah, thank you. This next little poem is called Rise. Rise. And again, that's the tenor of the poem, is basically to rise above the common world, the mediocre world of this and that. So, listen closely. Enjoy your quiet pause and put your intent into it. Rise. My friend, my neighbor, this world will absorb all of who you are. This world will absorb all of who you are. The nights, the lights, the very vibration of the media will neutralize your sensitivity. Why would you burden your soul? Rather rise. Rise above the plane of the mundane. There is a field. Feel the difference. Let's meet. Smile and laughter. It's here for those who search the peaceful, find the plentiful lightness of being true. Become the vision of who is really you. So the poem postulates that the night, the lights, the very vibration of the media will neutralize your sensitivity. Why would you wish to burden your soul? Why would you wish to lose the sensitivity of who you are? What makes you truly human is our sensitivity. We are always amazed with what happens around us. We can be fascinated by what it is that we see in theatre, in music, in art, in all of the crazy stuff which goes on in the world. What we get over our televisions day and night. But the bottom line is, your sensitivity is not stimulated by what we receive through our senses. It becomes activated through quiet intent. So rise above the plane of the mundane. There is a field, an energetic field. Feel the difference. Here you feel, you experience, you feel differently. Let's meet. Smile and laughter. For it's here. Those who search the peaceful find the plentiful lightness of being true. Search the peaceful, find the plentiful lightness of being true, of being truly you, becoming the vision of who is really you. Yeah, we've still got some great poems coming along. This poem might sound a bit repetitive, but it's almost like a mantra. And I think we all understand what a mantra is. It's a repetition of an idea and a thought that represents itself slightly differently each and every time. And it's called When I Wait. So again, that in itself, the name of the poem, is a little bit pointing towards the idea of taking a pause with intent. It's when I wait. When you wait, when you're waiting intently, when you're waiting quietly and peacefully and mindfully, when you wait with the intent of coming into connection with something deep within yourself. You're waiting without expectation. Meditation might be another word, whatever you want to call it. When I wait, the dawn will turn to day. Suspicion will go away. You will be here to stay. When I wait, the rose will share its scent. The snow will begin to melt. You will feel what I have felt. When I wait, your moments, they will pass. So too memories of the past. You will simply lose your mask. When I wait, the sails will fill the sea. All time goes still in me. You will feel truth and see. When I wait, your silence will awake. Your soul will in you shake. Your love will in me take us to a bright new day. When I wait, there you are. These are all the wonderful things which happen when we wait with intent. The sails will fill the sea. Time goes still in me. You will feel truth and see when I wait. I hope you're still bearing with me. Thank you for your comments. Beatrice, it's always wonderful to get some response. This is, I think I'll read another 2 poems, and then I'd love to read you something that you'd like to hear. So bear with me for a few more minutes, and then I'll read a poem specifically for you that you have chosen out of one of the 3 books. So here we go. The next poem is called Ringing. Ringing. So we know a bell rings. The reverberation of a sound ringing in our ears. So, indeed, I've tried to capture love in the flame of morning, writing poetry on the whisper of a crescent moon rising. True, these letters create sound. They chisel into invisibility. Speaking, doing, reciting, they ring from the tower bell, a mystery in sound for all to listen. It's in between the meaning, the memories, and you in your own moment of expression. She might then appear, veiled in the fashion of emotion, a gentle ease which dances with your heart, leaves you smiling into the eyes of love. It's in between the meaning, the memories, and you in your own moment of expression. So when we hear something which resonates, what happens? And it's here, in the words, in between the words, in between the meaning, the memories, and you in your own moment of expression. It's in that fine space, deep inside you. She might then appear, veiled in the fashion of emotion, a gentle ease which dances with your heart, leaves you smiling into the eyes of love. So again, this sensitive play between meaning and memory and expression, and then something arises within that, within your own space, a gentle ease, a gentle movement, like a breeze which dances with your heart and leaves you smiling. Love will always leave you smiling, smiling into the eyes of love. So, here's a poem I called Infectious. Goodness me, we all know about infections. Yeah, I even had COVID. Managed to have COVID after my 4th therapy, which was another bouncy journey going through COVID. But there you are. It inspired me to write this little poem about how infectious love can be. So, listen up. The memory of joy finds me then when I forget to remember pain. So often caught in turmoil, weight seems all this heart can gain. My feet, tangled in doubt, capture me along my own disorderly route. Yet you, who calls to dance and spin, these sacred ways, then joy begins. To smile, to laugh, to lift the dreary mask of fear. My Creator's intention is love to all. I cry, yet this is a greater, a mightier call, to lift me, to lift us all. Dance, untangle the knotted feet. Free my soul. Make this fine moment complete, for a disease called love comes upon us from above, contagious to everyone who loosens their own inhibitions. Be infected. Be in love. So there we have it, those last lines. For a disease called love comes upon us from above, contagious to everyone who loosens their inhibitions. Be infected. Be in love. So, everyone, tell me, drop me a line, how you are keeping. This poem that I'm going to read you now is called The Candle, and it has been published before. But I bumped into this candle a couple of days ago, and I just found it, I just loved it. It's so deep, it's so meaningful, it's so descriptive, it's so true. It's so true. And it's so simple to grasp and simple to understand. So, before we move forward with the poetry out of these 3 books, New Millennium Poetry 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to read a little poem called The Candle. So, at times I'm deep and dreary. I've also known despair. A shadow lives around the corner underneath the stair. Those fingers curling, surge and grab, taking laughter from all things. That's how my freedom lost its wings. But one thing's true. I found in me, we're not alone, not even in the dark. For beating deep inside, a candle is my heart. It's towards the candle sometimes, with shuffling heavy dread, I search the dark in this lost night before I go to bed. It's all I have to search for, a tiny flame of hope, imbued with light and grown within that place to which I grope. Sneaking around the corner, the morning wakes, and I rub my eyes and stretch my arms, for today I'll learn to fly. With it, find I meaning. Lonely though I may be, it's from that candle in the dark, but I will set me free. The Candle. It's a lovely little poem. I'd like to just repeat some of it, just to bring it back into your visual memory. At times I'm deep and dreary. I've also known despair. A shadow lives around the corner, underneath the stair. This is the shadow of despair, which holds us back from joy and happiness and love, freedom, inspiration, energy, health. Those fingers curling, surge and grab, taking laughter from all things. That's how my freedom lost its wings. But one thing's true, I found in me, we're not alone, not even in the dark. For beating deep inside, a candle is my heart. It's towards this candle sometimes, with shuffling, heavy tread, I search the dark in this last night before I go to bed. towards this candle in my heart, with shuffling heavy tread, I search the dark in this last night before I go to bed. So there we are. It's your intent of moving towards that candle of hope, which lives in your heart. It's all I have to search for. A tiny flame of hope, imbued with light and grown within that place towards which I grope. So sneaking around the corner, the morning wakes, and I rub my eyes, stretch my arms, for today I'll learn to fly. With it find I meaning, lonely though I may be. It's from that candle in the dark, but I will set me free. So, it's from that candle in the dark, but I will set me free. And that's what we all want, isn't it? We all want to be in who we are, alive and free and happy and loving towards every aspect of what we share in this life. So, beautiful people, now it's your turn. Please, let me read you a poem. If you just simply give me a book, 1, 2, or 3, and a page number between 1 and 200. Each book is just over 200 pages. I will read you your poem. And what happens here is called intuition. 3 books, each with 200 pages. You give me a number, a page number, and I will read you the poem from that particular book. Beatrice, 1, 2, or 3? Which book? Book 1, book 2, book 3. Volume 2, Volume 1, Volume 3, page 48, or we'll read the poems out of each 3 books. Starting with book number 1, page 48. Oh, you won't believe it. The candle. I've just read it. At times I'm deep and dreary. I've also known despair. So, well chosen. Book number 1. That was a bingo. Book number 2, page 48. Let's have a look. Pages are sticking together. The metaphor. Page 48, book number 2, volume 2. The metaphor, Beatrice. The metaphor. Find your metaphor and fill it with dance and glow, for in the orchard of your mind, golden apples grow. Harvest this poetry, rich, sweet, and song, like treasured pearls, to right the wrong, to inspire the desire to move beyond mediocrity. Speak out with those throttled voices from inside. Crack your silence with the truth. Arise. Move to your metaphor. Dancing free in space. Fill this life with love and feel the grace. Speak out without those throttled voices from inside. Crack your silence with the truth. Arise. Move to your metaphor. Dancing free in space. Fill this life with love and feel the grace. That's page 48 on volume number 2. Now we're going to go to page 48, volume number 3, and see what we have. Cracks. This poem is called Cracks. Short poem, but there you are, no problem. Cracks. When you return to that hard rock of pain, caught tight in the memory of your mind, be instead drawn by the pull of what you truly love. That hardness is but a boundary. Love, however, will always find a better way out, shining through the cracks as it crumbles and breaks, leaving me stunned at how free love flows when we initiate imagination. Cracks. So wherever you might, again, you've chosen these poems intuitively, so maybe there is somewhere some things that has to do with a painful memory, a painful experience, a painful moment. When you return to that hard rock of pain, caught tight inside the memory of your mind, somewhere deep in the memory of your mind, there might be a moment of pain. Be instead drawn by the pull of what you truly love. So, as that pain appears, be drawn to what you truly love. The hardness is only but a boundary. Love will always find a better way, shining through the cracks as the hardness crumbles and breaks, will leave you stunned at how free love flows when we initiate imagination. So imagination, when there's a rock of pain, initiate your imagination, and that will crumble whatever has been hurting. And from that, be drawn by the pull of what you truly love. So, it's been 45 intense minutes of poetry about different things. The main theme, of course, being us in our humanity, in who we are and what we strive to become. Something richer and stronger, clearer, happier, more loving. Yeah. That's the way to go, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Namaste. God bless. Take care. Stay happy. Stay healthy. And never forget your moments of divergent focus. Take an intense intense break. A break with intent to be quiet. Good night. Thanks.